All right, at 11 o'clock on this Sunday night, we are still monitoring the tropics and the impacts that we are seeing despite the system heading for Texas. That's why we say impacts can happen well far away from the center of the system, and we are certainly seeing some of those impacts. Here's what you need to know for the start of the week. Some flooding concerns from bands of heavy rain that may be moving through as we continue through the week. Coastal flooding, though, is an immediate concern as we've been seeing it so far today, especially on those east-facing shores as those winds continue to push water ashore, and we'll have gusty winds with us as we head throughout the week. Rainfall total since midnight over 1.75 inches in Buras. They had 1 inch yesterday, and so the totals are adding up there. Now that's manageable as far as rainfall for an entire day, but when you see those kind of totals in a short period of time, that's what we'll be watching out for as far as flooding is concerned. Under 1/2 inch of rainfall for the rest of southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. And for the most part, things are pretty quiet, but that rainfall continues to kind of linger down toward the coast, and it's pretty moderate to heavy at times. So from Port Fourchon to Grand Isle over toward Boothville, the rain just kind of sitting there, and that's what will be our concern as we see more rainfall moving in. System well off toward the west. It is heading toward the Texas coast and may make a landfall Monday night. As we look at the forecast track, it is moving west-northwest at 6 miles per hour, and it may maintain the 60-mile-per-hour winds as it heads toward the coast. The problem for Texas is going to be when it stops and turns back toward the northeast. So from Monday 7 o'clock to Tuesday 7 o'clock, there is not much of a difference in distance there. So there's going to steadily be water getting pushed on shore and some locally heavy rain, with some areas seeing over 10 inches of rain possible through the middle part of the week. Then it starts to make its progress toward the northeast across Houston on Wednesday, and it's going to continue to weaken. Will likely be a tropical depression by the middle part of the week, and then a remnant low by Thursday. But all of this moisture is going to continue to be streaming in as we are on the east side of the system. So we are going to be under this wet, gusty pattern for much of the week. Tropical storm warnings still in place for much of the Texas coast, and then also going into parts of Louisiana. There are tropical storm warnings just offshore, but for our immediate area over southeast Louisiana, we don't have any of those warnings. But notice parts of southwest Louisiana do have those tropical storm warnings, and it does include Cameron Parish, which is still recovering from the impacts from Hurricane Laura. Flash flood watch, though, will be in place for much of the South Shore through Wednesday evening. Again, those heavy downpours could drop 3 to 5+ inches of rainfall. If that occurs over the next 4 to 5 days, we wouldn't see that many problems, but the soils are already pretty saturated, so any kind of downpour could lead to some flooding pretty quickly. Coastal flooding is going to be the big concern. 2 to 3 feet of inundation for those east-facing shores. That's the coastal flood warning in dark green until noon Monday, but we'll still see a 1 to 2 feet inundation for the rest of the area that could impact through Wednesday. So we're going to be dealing with this for the next several days. Wind advisory in place for much of the South Shore, where you could see winds gusting over 30 miles per hour at times. That's in effect until Monday evening, and then small craft advisories until 9 o'clock. So not a good idea to be out in the waters for the next several days. Winds continue to come in out of the east. That's what's pushing the water on shore. 26 mile per hour sustained wind at the lakefront. A little bit lighter on the north shore, 6 miles per hour Bogalusa, 14 over toward Gulfport. Gusting again up toward 44 miles per hour at Port Fourchon. So down toward the coast, it's going to be a breezy night with that potential for coastal flooding. So rainfall is going to continue to stream in as we go through the next several days. And so that's why we do have that flash flood watch in place. Notice Wednesday afternoon, still some locally heavy rain. The system will start to lift through the area on Thursday. So increasing rain chances through then. And then I think by Friday, the brunt of the moisture starts to move out and we'll see things quieting down. But rainfall totals expected. Notice this is through Friday night, 3 to 5+ inches of rain. But again, if we get this over that spread, things won't be too bad. I did want to mention this area. It had a 10% chance for tropical development over Florida, now down to a 0. That wind shear really going to cut that apart, and that's because Beta is going to be moving all that moisture across the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll see impacts through around Thursday with some rain chances lingering Friday, and then hopefully a little drier for us as we go toward the weekend.